Hello, my name is Kennedy Funk, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make my family's traditional Montana cheesecake. The recipe comes from my great-grandpa's mother. Her name was Alice Hutchins, and she has a book published called The Gift of Little Things, and in this book you can find the Huckleberry cheesecake. Not the recipe because it is a secret, but she talks about the tradition of the cheesecake. I think that tradition in families is very important, and I actually drew something from a website. It's about.com, and the writer of this article is Denise Whitmer. She says, 5 reasons to observe family traditions. They are things that families do together on a regular basis. These things can be patterns of behavior, enjoyable activities, or a certain food that a family likes. They can be repeated daily, weekly, monthly, or once a year. It is important for families to observe their traditions even as their children get older. I agree with every word she said, and in her article she talks about the importance of food and the tradition of baking it or cooking it together as a family. And I think that is why this recipe is so important to my family, because it is something that we enjoy doing together. We all go once a year in Montana, in Whitefish, Montana, and we take 10-gallon buckets. I mean, my brothers, sisters, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, we all take a picnic and go up there, and all the cousins race to see who can fill their 10-gallon bucket first, or who can get the most bee stings, because that is very common. Once we're done, the women take the fresh huckleberries and they make a cheesecake, and they put the other ones in Ziploc bags and freeze them so we can have cheesecake all year long, or whenever there's a very special family occasion, because we serve huckleberry cheesecake for birthdays, weddings, everything that you can think of. So I love this recipe, and it's very easy to make, and I've known how to make it since I was probably 10 years old. And since it is a tradition, I will pass it down to my kids, and hopefully they'll pass it down too. So to start the recipe, you will take a medium-sized bowl, and I've already made the cheesecake so you can see, but I'll tell you how to make it. So you take your medium-sized bowl and 1 package of cream cheese, and you'll put it in the bowl. 1 15-ounce can of condensed milk, which is very thick, so you will need a spatula. Use your spatula and pour it in. And then 1 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. I use a mixer like this, but electric beaters work so much better. So you mix it all together, and then you take your graham cracker crust, and you can just buy it at the store because that is the easiest thing to do, and we like easy and efficient. So you put your cream cheese spread in the pan, and then you put it in the fridge. And you keep it in the fridge until you are done with the second part, which I will show you right now. So coming over to the stove, you will take a saucepan like this, medium sized, and you will take your huckleberries, which I had in this bowl, and I had them pre-measured, and I scooped them in with this 1 cup at a time into the saucepan. You need 4 cups, 4. And so as you can see, it's already in there. And I take 1 3/4 cups of sugar, pour it in. I had 2 tablespoons of butter, 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, and half a packet of gelatin mix. Now, my family is not very precise, so just guess when you're pouring this in, because we don't really know. You take it to the saucepan and you stir it until it's pretty thick, but not too thick. You want it a little bit runny. So you stir it on medium heat for quite a while. Takes a long time for the huckleberries to break down. I'll show you what it looks like. That's what it looks like. So it needs to be thin. It's going to still have a little bit of huckleberry chunks in it. That's okay. My mom likes to squish all the huckleberries and then strain it, but I keep it easy and I just leave the huckleberry chunks because I think it makes it better. Okay, so once that's done, you will pour your mix on top of your cheesecake, which is in the graham cracker crust. Once again, you can just buy this at the store. It's like $1 and it's the easy way to go because trust me, making graham cracker crust is not fun. So you take your cheesecake and then you will, once this is finished, because it's hot right now, you would pour it on top, pat it down. You can just use the mixer stirrer thing, okay? And then you will put it in the fridge for about 2 hours until it is thick. And once it's done, you can take it out and enjoy it. You can serve it with vanilla ice cream. My family loves it with vanilla ice cream. We also home make that. I'm not very good at it. Or like a glass of milk, that's really good too. Or you can just enjoy it by itself. The family tradition in my family is with a little scoop of vanilla ice cream with a squeezed lemon on top. That is what makes our recipe different from other ones. I found a very interesting quote by Linda Stradley from whatscookingamerica.com. And she said, the ingredients are what makes one cheesecake different from each other. And that is very true because I have never been to a restaurant that serves huckleberry cheesecake, first of all, or puts lemon on top with ice cream, or, you know, usually people just eat a little slice of cheesecake by themselves. So I think that is what differentiates my family's cheesecake from other cheesecakes, and that is a family tradition. I think that family tradition is very, very important, and it is widely diverse in many cultures all around the world, you know, everywhere. And I think it'll continue to carry on. Tradition is passed down from generation to generation. Like Alex Zavia taught my great-grandpa taught his wife taught my grandma taught me, and now I will pass it down. Thank you for listening.